The following segments are pre-recorded and sponsored by Longworth Productions.
Major funding for Triad Today comes from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, making healthcare better for all. Guilford Works on Triad Today. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to a special edition of Triad Today, coming to you from the Kernersville Auto Museum, as always. I call it special because we're going to devote the entire half hour to the good work and the good folks of Guilford Works. I'm going to tell you about that throughout the next 30 minutes, and we start out with Fred Henry, a good friend of ours, has been on the show before, Assistant Director for Guilford Works. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you. Thanks, Jim.
Fred, let's remind people, what is Guilford Works and what's the mission?
Guilford Works is the Workforce Development Board of Guilford Works. We're one of 20 workforce development boards in North Carolina that provide oversight for the NC Work Career Centers within our local area. We serve both employers and job seekers. Our primary focus is on youth, and most of the time, probably about 75% of out-of-school youth, but also those job seekers who may be dislocated workers or underemployed, looking through transition.
They just got laid off or something.
Laid off.
Or somebody wants to make a career change. Or
Exactly. And then the employers, because the employers, without those employers, we can't connect those job seekers to opportunities.
Right. Now, what kind of, give me some examples of programs that you offer to job seekers in Guilford County. Give me a couple examples. Sure.
So we offer training and subsidies for job seekers. A lot of times when folks who worked jobs for a number of years, sometimes their skills could be outdated. So we provide scholarships for those job seekers to get in-demand skills, but also connect with our local opportunities with some of the needs of our manufacturing or other sector employers to make sure they're a good fit.
Other resources that are offered, maybe? Do you offer resources for folks in this position?
Yeah, so when we look to support individuals, whether it's through training or job search, we provide what we call wraparound services. And these are services to assist individuals who may need transportation assistance or daycare or child care assistance so they can complete training programs in a timely manner.
Now, who can access these resources? Is there a criteria for who can take advantage of the resources you're offering through Guilford Works?
Yeah, there is eligibility criteria for certain programs. A lot of times with dislocated services, these individuals who have showed that they're displaced due to no fault of their own, they can come in and we work with those individuals, whether they're filing for unemployment insurance and so forth, but also those individuals who may just need that extra hand holding to help them with career transitions, that we can connect them to training, whether it's through the local school or community college or other vendors.
You know, people might be watching and say, well, that's nice, Mr. Henry, helping the people that want to, they're job seekers, but what if somebody's watching who's a business person? How do you support the business community?
Yes, so as businesses, we look at as two primary customers. We look at our businesses and our job seekers, but that business being that primary customer, we help them with their recruitment needs. But also we provide subsidies when businesses are looking to upskill their incumbent workers that can provide grants to support them to offset some of those costs. When we look at some of our work-based learning programs, we provide subsidies to the businesses to offset some of their onboarding costs.
And tell us now, what do you mean work-based?
Work-based learning could be things like on-the-job training, or what we call work experience, or internships, or apprenticeships that we work with businesses to customize those needs. And as we connect those job seekers, we hope to fill those opportunities by not only paying those applicants as they go through training, but also providing subsidies for those businesses.
Yeah, and I think we hear stories about the fact that if somebody goes through this in work-based training or apprenticeships like you were talking, it introduces them to that industry, and maybe they want to stick with that industry and stay in the workforce, and that's an important part of it, isn't it? Just a few seconds left. Who or what led you to a career and an interest in a career like this?
Well, I think it started for me initially just coming out of high school and growing up in the Piedmont Triad area. I wanted to get in something like a HR, but actually going to grad school and doing HR and then getting into my second practical into workforce development, I saw that workforce development. I got to wear a number of hats, not just be stuck in the office, not only work with the employees, but also work with the community. I like our community, and I like to see the benefit of these programs serving our community, not only for families, but the economic growth of the Piedmont Triad.
Well, and you do an excellent job with it too, and I'm glad of that we have you as a resource. GuilfordWorks.org is the website on screen, GuilfordWorks.org. I invite you to check that out throughout the program as you meet more folks who work behind the scenes to make all this work for the community. Fred, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
I am so
Why
frustrated.
can no one help me?
Waiting
This
is
is
the
a nightmare.
worst. I think it's healthcare is broken.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, we get it.
Really?
Really. That's why we're making healthcare better for all. Starting with you. Yes, you, Daryl. We're making plans easier to navigate by putting your benefits, prescriptions, and details all in one place. Convinced?
No. But it's a start.
We'll take it. Blue Cross North Carolina. Making healthcare better for all. Starting with you.
You know, it's hard to believe the Safe Sober program has been going strong for over 30 years.
And over 600,000 students have made the pledge to stay safe and sober on prom night. You know, Griff, it's had a huge impact on our community.
Yeah, you're right, David. And now we're making sure the message continues year-round.
So everyone can join us in supporting our students.
Learn more and take the pledge at safesober.com.
The world's brightest are Fulbrights, Goldwaters, McNairs, and Spartans. Prestigious doesn't have to be expensive.
And we know you will make a difference wherever you go.
UNCG. Find your way here.
Back now on the special edition of Triad Today as we focus on the good works and the good folks behind the scenes that make Guilford Works do such a great job for so many people in this area. Our guest now is a returning visitor to the show, Thaddeus Shore, is one-stop operator for Guilford Works. Good to see you again, sir.
Good to see you.
You sent me an email about a mobile career center. I want to learn about that. Now, what is that, and what kind of resources does it offer?
Well, the Mobile Career Center is like our brick and mortar building on wheels. And what it actually does, it allows us to take all the services that we offer inside the brick and mortar building to the communities that need it the most.
Okay. Now, what kind of an example do you think? Let's look at community outreach programs. Mm-hmm. Give me an example of a community outreach program that maybe wouldn't be as effective without the Mobile Career Center.
Oh, without the Mobile Career Center, our Fresh Start events wouldn't be as effective. Monthly, we actually go to one of the local prisons and we work with those in the facility that will be leaving within the next 90 days. And we provide them with Career Center services so that they can get a head start on their Fresh Start.
When they get out?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How important are partnerships and with area organizations and how do they enhance career services? Talk about the partnership angle.
Oh, partnerships are very important. Guilford Works has a network of nonprofit as well as faith-based organizations that we partner with, one of which is the Hub for Hope out of Evangel Fellowship. And together we have hosted hiring events that have serviced over 1,200 job seekers.
Wow. Is there any requirement that people need to meet to be able to take advantage of what you're doing, either in the main office or the Mobile Career Center, or is it just for anybody and everybody, or is there an age restriction? Sort of walk me through the kind of folks that can benefit from what you're doing.
Oh, pretty much everybody can. We have a Next Gen, which is a youth department, which is from the ages 16 to 24, and then we also have the adult services that are provided as well. So anybody that is seeking employment or wanting to improve their employment situation can come in and see us, and we'll take care of them.
Of any age?
Any age, yes.
All right. Now, what measurable outcomes have resulted from having the Mobile Career Center in area neighborhoods? Have you gotten any sense of how that's been going?
Well, yes, it's been going very well. On the average, for the past few years, the Mobile Career Center has participated in over 100 events annually in Guilford County. And just last year, I think we serviced on the Mobile Career Center over 600 personnel.
Wow.
Job seekers, yes.
That's something. Now, how would a community group, when they watch this on TV, how would they say, hey, I'd like to have the Mobile Career Center come out to our neighborhood, or or for our community group, whatever. Now, how do they go about that? Because there's only one mobile center, right? So
no, there's actually two.
There are two.
There's actually
All right.
two.
So you got to cover a big area, though.
Yes.
So the questions still remain the same. How do I get in touch, and how do I get you guys to come out?
Okay, so the way to have access to the mobile center is to go to our website, guilfordworks.org, and then from there go to services, and then click on Mobile Career Center, and it'll give you a page where you can reserve it.
Okay. Now, is there let's say I've got a community group that wants to have you guys come out with the Mobile Career Center. Is there a fee that I pay, or is this free?
Right now, there is no fee, no.
Okay. How about that? You can't get better than free when you're trying to help people get jobs, and especially people might have been laid off or want to start a new career, this kind of thing. It's been a while since you and I talked, so I'm going to ask you to repeat something for me. What do you get in terms of satisfaction, gratification personally from doing what you do?
Oh, I love what I do. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to believe that I actually get paid for what I do. We're in the position in our office where we can actually change people's lives. People that come in that are unemployed, and we usually see people on their worst day. You know, they've lost a job, got laid off or something, and we have the ability to change their lives. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you do. And I can testify to that. I appreciate what you're doing. Up on screen, as Thaddeus mentioned a little bit a while ago, guilfordworks.org is the general website, guilfordworks.org, and that will help people learn how they could get in touch to get the Mobile Career Center to them as well, right?
That is correct.
As well as, taking advantage and benefiting from many of these services and resources that we talked about, not just with Thaddeus, but we'll cover throughout this special half-hour program. Thanks for all you do, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back after this. Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you that Triad Today also airs on GTN Spectrum Channel 13 and streams on WFMY Plus, free on Roku and Amazon Fire.
The world's brightest are Fulbrights, Goldwaters, McNairs, and Spartans. UNCG. Find your way here.
Back now in this special edition of Triad Today as we salute the folks who do such great work for Guilford Works and helping people throughout the community. And in this particular segment, we're going to speak with a young lady who works with a special kind of grant program, Angelica Lynn, Career Advisor for Guilford Works. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
What's the purpose of the Golden Leaf Foundation's grant program? Because you sent me an email about that one day and said we kind of want to focus on that. What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, so the purpose of the program is to cover the costs for different trainings and courses within specific industries of focus. And so individuals who are seeking new job opportunities, maybe unemployed, or just wanting to change their careers, they will seek out my programs because we can cover the costs for those trainings and courses.
Because training can be expensive in some instances. Now, you mentioned certain, I think your words were certain industries. Let me put you on the spot. Give me 2 or 3 examples of the kind of industries that would be involved, the focus would be on.
Yeah, so some of those industries include advanced manufacturing, industrial technology, skilled trades such as HVAC, welding, plumbing, construction.
Okay. Yeah.
So, those are some of the industries.
Well, now, what about eligibility requirement for taking advantage of your services and getting hooked up with this foundation grant program, which is great? But there's got to be certain criteria, right?
Yes, there is. So the requirements is that you have to be 18 or older and have a high school diploma or GED.
All right. Now, what kind of training have you previously, what about for enrolled participants, maybe who've been in the program before or this kind of thing? Can they continue this kind of training or what?
Yeah, so some of those trainings that I've been able to connect people with include like construction, advanced manufacturing, also some with HVAC. And I know for our advanced manufacturing individuals, they were able to continue on with the trainings because we're also offering a manufacturing technician training.
Kind of lifelong learning type stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now let's say that somebody goes through the program, the training, they're fortunate enough to get a really good job, And I'm assuming that a lot of things you've been talking with me about are in-demand jobs, right?
It is, yes.
So when you're helping people, you sort of feel, I'm putting words in your mouth, do you feel sort of confident that there's a conduit for them to get some jobs?
It definitely is. It is.
Yeah. Now, let's say that they go through all this. Is that the end of it? I mean, do you never speak to these people, or is there any kind of afterward follow up, or do you stay in touch, or what happens?
Yeah, so I definitely try and stay in touch with my clients, and so after they complete the trainings, if they do not have any job opportunities aligned, we may can connect them with different work experiences or apprenticeships, and also as their career advisor, I can help them with preparing their resume, doing mock interviews to prepare for job opportunities. I also like to connect them with our NC Work Centers because we also have career advisors there that can assist them in their job search. And we also have things such as like Wow Wednesdays, which is an opportunity for clients can come out and talk with different employers that are tabling at our centers on Wednesdays.
Is that every Wednesday?
That is every Wednesday.
Wow.
And we alternate between our centers.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe at a recent one, let's just do some name dropping. What would be an example of a business or industry that might have participated in a Wednesday program?
Yeah, so one company that I think of is St. John's Packaging.
Okay.
We also, when we had our career fair for veterans and civilians as well, we had Lenovo there, and St. John's Packaging was also
They're great companies. I know you're talking about. We just have a few seconds left. What's gratifying to you about the work that you do?
Yeah, seeing people's lives change and being able to take part in that. And also being able to just, guide them in their career searching.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, they're fortunate to have you and doing what you're doing on that. Up on screen, I want to share this with you, guilfordworks.org. We're going to mention this throughout the half-hour special, but in each of our segments, we want to mention this and put up the website address, guilfordworks.org. That's important because I'd like for you to visit that website if you are wanting to change jobs or get a job, and maybe for the folks in the business community as well. Angelica Lynn, thanks for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you
young
so
lady.
much.
Okay, we'll be right back after this.
I got free meals. What do you mean? No, seriously, how much did you pay us? I didn't pay anything. I learned how to cook all of these fresh foods that were delivered to my house. Everything in that grocery bag that's fresh, I had a recipe for it, and I know how to cook. It encouraged us to eat better, to shop better, make better decisions.
Back now on this special edition of Triad Today as we salute the folks and the good works of Guilford Works and talk to some of the folks behind the scenes that make such a difference throughout the community. With us now, first-time visitor to the show, Henri Newkirk. He's career advisor for Guilford Works. Good to see you, sir.
How you doing?
Where were you born?
I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Where'd you go to school?
I ended up going to school at Parkland High School. Then from there, I went to Livingstone College.
Okay.
I received political science degree. From there, Winston-Salem State mass communications degree, and I'm currently at Morehouse College.
All right. Now, you sent me an email about something called Connect Ed.
Yes,
Connect
sir.
Ed, what is that?
So Connect Ed is a program. It is housed in Guilford County. Basically, it reaches out to low-income families. We support them in going back, and enrolling in programs like CNA, CDL, HVAC, manufacturing, things like that, so they can get extra training, so they can be in a better place in life.
Right. Now, who's eligible for the Connect Ed program, and are there certain criteria they have to meet?
Yes, sir. So we do look for you to at least have your high school diploma. You can only make $25,000 a year. So if you make $25,000 and below, you qualify for that. And those are the people that we are trying to target and, really help out.
All right, let's talk about credentials and certifications, because in a lot of these things you're talking about, in just about everything nowadays, there's got to be some kind of a certification involved for you to do it, become professional at it. What kind of those credentials and certifications are offered through Connect Ed?
So with Connect Ed, you can enroll in a CNA class, go through that training. become a certified nursing assistant, get a good job there. You can go and get your CDLs and then, go and get a great truck driving job or even open up your own business. You can get certifications in aviation, learn how to build planes, different things like that. So, we are there to help you get that done.
I'm glad you mentioned that because the aerospace industry has just ballooned in this area.
Yes,
lately,
sir.
with all the folks coming in, Boom and Honda and everything. Aside from tuition support, what else does Connect Ed provide?
So also with that, with the families that we target, sometimes they may hit a rough spot. So by them hitting a rough spot, we will sit there, we'll guide you. We may be able to provide you with assistance as far as transportation getting there. So we may offer you like an Uber gift card or something like that. There's also been times where we pay for uniforms, we pay for supplies, pay for books.
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's neat. Now, how much time is required to go through and complete like a credential program?
So typically with our programs, we try to get you in there and we try to say between 6 to 9 weeks just to give a little bit of cushion.
Right.
So that way you get in there, you get what you need, and we get you back out here and get you going.
Talk about participants' expectations, obligations for them. Is there support for them? And you already mentioned about the Uber thing. What kind of barriers can you knock down for them?
Oh, so whenever it comes to like different type of barriers, like for instance, let's say that it's someone that they may have, a issue as far as child care and everything like that. We may be able to sit there and assist you with that. We may be able to, find some type of resource that may be able to help you as far as getting that type of care that you need while you do that class. And while you're doing that class, you're good to go. We got peace of mind.
Yeah, we hear from moms of any age, especially young moms, saying, I'm sort of down on my luck. I have a young child, but childcare is too expensive. But I really want to go after this certification in, a field like you were talking about. And I think it's so good what you're doing to knock down those barriers. One last thing I want to ask you.
Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to ask a lot of folks the same question. What's gratifying to you about your job and the work that you're doing?
I would say the biggest thing that I take from it is whenever I initially meet someone, seeing where they are right then, and then the transformation that has taken place in such a short time. You can see the confidence is there. You can see as far as their perspective on how life is there. And you can also see they now have a go-getter and I can provide. And that is the biggest thing whenever it comes to a person that can provide.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Up on screen, guilfordworks.org, as we're doing throughout the program, trying to show you this website, which is very important. Hope you will navigate. It's very easy to go to guilfordworks.org. And to great folks, like all the folks we talked to so far, and Henri, I just applaud the work you're doing, and thanks for helping so many people.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
All right, young man.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back after this. Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you to catch my column Longworth at Large and Yes Weekly every week. It's available throughout the Triad, or you can go online, yesweekly.com. Major funding for Triad Today comes from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, making healthcare better for all. Back now for the final segment in this special half hour of Triad Today as we salute the good folks and the good work of Guilford Works. And our final guest of this half hour is Robert Carter Jr. He's Veteran Services with Guilford Works. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, great to see you, sir.
All right. And as you schooled me before we started the show, that you were in Army, the only...
It's the only branch of the
only
military.
branch.
No, but I do recognize our brother branches.
That's right. Well, I'm going to ask you about that in a second. You sent me an email about something called the American Job Center. What is that?
It's all the employment service centers that are across the state, across the country. They're called the American Job Centers. It used to be called employment offices or anything like that, but the original name is the American Job Center.
One of the things that you wrote to me about, and I'm going to make sure I get this right, you said something about priority of service.
Yes, sir.
Now, what does that mean when it comes to veterans in the center?
Well, any veteran that enters our American Job Centers, like NC Works, of course, receive priority of service. That means they are to go earlier or instead of non-covered persons when it comes to employment services.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different kinds of transition that somebody coming out of the military goes through that other people don't, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Tell me about this. You also mentioned something called Jobs for Veterans State Grant.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is that all about and what's the purpose?
Well, it's funded by the U.S. Department of Labor, and it's federal law that funds that are given to the states across the country, of course, to hire dedicated individual staff members to service our veteran population, eligible persons and of that nature. So.
Right. When I knew you were coming over here today, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I don't want you to tell me it's a stupid question because maybe it is, how do you define who a veteran is?
According to the American Job Centers, when they come into the service, we define our veteran population as those who have served at least 180 days of continuous service, not including basic training or school.
Not including basic training.
Not including basic training or school. Or either those persons who may have been called up on orders for at least one day. So, for example, a National Guard or our reservists, if they are called up on orders to be deployed for at least one day, they're considered a veteran.
Now, describe the makeup of the staff at American Job Centers. Who are we talking about working there to help people?
Well, in our American Job Centers, everybody's required to service our veteran population, but we do have our dedicated staff, which is considered of three main people. The first is our veteran career advisors, who works directly with the veteran population and getting them job ready.
Right.
Then we have our veteran business service representatives, which is that goes out and work with our employers as an advocate to hire our veteran population. And then we have what is called a hybrid, kind of does both of the both sets of jobs.
All right, let me circle back to the asking about definitions again. Is there a difference between eligible veterans and eligible persons?
No. Eligible veterans, of course, are veterans who served 180 days, but the eligible person is considered like maybe their spouse.
Okay.
That we also consider them eligible for our veteran program.
All right, so it helps the families too.
Yes.
All right, I got you now. Final thing I want to go over with you is, since we were talking earlier about you being in the Army, how many years did you serve?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes, sir.
So what was your transition like coming out from the Army?
My transition was pretty easy because when I got out of the service, I went straight to college. So I had a pretty easy transition because I knew what I wanted to do coming out. So I went directly to college with the intentions of getting a degree and then actually going back into the service, but I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't.
Right. So that gives you a unique perspective in terms of your view on how these programs that you're working with now, how they really make a difference, right?
Oh, it makes a tremendous difference to our veteran population of those who that recently gotten out or been out for a while, because we understand their language. A lot of veterans are intimidated or to go to these employers, and because of the language barrier is different because we're using acronyms and military talk. And then from the other side, the civilian world don't understand the language that we use in the military. So it's a tremendous difference.
Well, I appreciate all you're doing, Robert. I appreciate it really.
I thank you. I appreciate you for having me here.
Up on screen, as always, as we close out the show, guilfordworks.org is an important website I want you to take a look at, and please do that. And I want to thank all the good folks, Fred and everybody with Guilford Works, for making this such a special program because of all the great work they do for helping so many people. I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.